marketing. Assuming that you've done your niche research and you've made targeted designs, then the marketing should be easy. My marketing strategy is broken into 3 different parts: getting your listings to rank on Etsy, getting them to convert, and optionally paying for ads. Getting your listings to rank on Etsy is the very first step, and it's done by using great SEO, or search engine optimization, which is just a fancy way of saying keywords. Free way to find keywords is to look on Etsy and see which listings have performed well. We would have to go through and find listings based on our main niche, which in this case is dog line art sweatshirts, and try and find listings that have performed well. This listing, for example, has over 200 reviews, so it could potentially be a winner. We would want to look through the title and see if we can find portions of it that we can use as keywords to make our own title for our own listing. Then we would want to come to the very bottom of the page where we can find this section, which is all of the tags that they're using to get this listing to rank. Now, that's the free way, but if you have the budget, Listing View can save you a ton of time and headache. In the keyword finder, we just have to put in the keyword of our main niche. So in this case, a 1-line pet portrait. And this will show us a list of similar keywords that we can use to build out a title for our own listings. Now, I like to filter these out by recommendation, and this is going to show me the keywords with the most amount of views and the least amount of competing listings. We can use our main keyword plus all of these other trending keywords in our product titles to get them to rank. And next, we can do the tags. If we come over to the listings tab here, still in the keyword finder, we can filter out the top listings matching our keyword and look for the ones that seem to match our product best. So I think I'll choose this one. And here, this just gives us a breakdown again of the listing, but more importantly, allows us to just copy all of the tags that they're using to get this listing to rank. Now, this strategy will get our products to show up in search results, but to show up in more search results and earn a rank at the top of search results and keep our listings there, we have to get customers to click on our products, favorite them, and even buy them. The way that we do that is with the listing presentation and specifically the mockups. The mockup shows off the design you made to the customer. It's like the product image, but without the actual product ever being created. This is so important because the customer has to imagine actually owning the product, even though it isn't actually real yet. The thing is, the default mockups that you'll see on Printify, they don't have the same premium, handcrafted, high quality vibe that Etsy is known for. So we have to fix that. Look at the other top performing listings selling the same product as you. These mockups are the mockups that you need to be using if you want to get the same results. Most of the time, you can find the exact same mockup or very similar mockups if you just search for it right on Etsy. There's almost always a lot of high quality results that you can choose from, and they're only a few dollars. The thing to remember is that a best-selling listing is a bestseller for a reason. Those mockups are proven to convert. And since mockup shops sell all the same mockups to everyone, you can buy the same mockup and use it for yourself. And the best ones are usually only a few dollars. I've also got an entire video breaking down exactly how to automate the process of making mockups. And since this video is already getting long, I'll just leave a link in the description. Now, one of the questions I get asked most often is, should I pay for Etsy ads? There's no one-size-fits-all answer here, but here's a good rule of thumb. There's no substitute for posting lots of listings for sale. There's no way around it. If you want to be successful, you have to make and post a lot of product listings with great keywords. That being said, if you have a high enough profit margin to spare and you know that your product listings should be converting, then paying for some ads just adds fuel to the fire. If you do want to try ads, I would recommend only turning on the ads for listings that have already gotten sales organically. And that way, you're not going to be wasting any money running ads for listings that won't ever sell to begin with. Keep in mind, a lot of the biggest shops get enough free traffic from the Etsy search engine that they don't even have to pay ads. My shop's included. I think that your time and money is better spent acquiring automation tools, buying good mockups, and posting a lot of listings. I see this happen time and time again with beginners getting into print on demand, and that's that they don't fully invest when getting into the business. This is one of the most affordable and risk-free businesses that you can start. Period. That said, I see so many beginners afraid of investing even a couple $100s into the business that they expect to eventually make them hundreds of dollars a day. If you seriously want to see results, be prepared to invest time and money into the business. That's the only way to actually get to the point where it's paying you and buying your time back. You're probably curious about how much all of this costs, And although pricing can always change, right now, here's a good estimate of how much you should plan to invest at the beginning of 2025. An Etsy shop is $15 to open one time. That cost is unavoidable. And each Etsy listing you post is 20 cents. If you want to save time, do better research, and automate everything, there's only really 2 tools you need. Listing View has several plans, but its one-time payment is by far the best value at just $150. And Prelist also has a one-time payment of $100, which is an absolute steal in my opinion. Printify is free with my coupon code, and it only makes sense to fully upgrade after you're making around 5 sales per day. Otherwise, the subscription doesn't save you anything. Midjourney is $10 a month, and Canva is free or $15 a month. I'll put 2 sort of payment structures on screen so you can see how they compare. Paying a little bit more and getting the yearly or one-time payments upfront is definitely the best value and the smartest decision long-term. But if you're truly strapped for cash, then you can get started for really not that much at all if you're only getting the monthly plans and the absolute necessities. You definitely don't have to, but if you spend a couple $100s up front, you'd be able to not really worry about the other costs besides the Etsy listing fees, and you'd only be down maybe a couple $100s. Again, think about it as an asset that could eventually pay you a couple $100s a day. You don't really need any of these tools. You can get started almost completely free. For example, you could use Figma instead of Canva if you're a little bit more tech savvy. These tools and things just fast track your success, but the thing that I've seen is the people who invest are the people who see results sooner, and those are the people who actually stick with it long enough to make the life-changing money. I also hear that print on demand is dead, saturated, and that it doesn't work anymore. But tell me, how much time do you think the world spends online each day? Chances are you watching this have personally bought something online recently. Your friends and family make purchases all the time. People spend more time on their computers and phones than they do anything else. If you don't think they're spending money while they're online, you're sadly mistaken. Online spending just in America is over $1.3 trillion per year, growing at 10% a year. For you to make even $1 million a year is absolutely minuscule. Nobody would even notice. It's not even a drop in the bucket. Etsy alone processes over 13 billion in transactions each year, and it's growing every year. So no, online business is just getting started. If you've ever had a job before, no matter what it is, you probably understand that it takes a couple of weeks of training before you even know the basics, and then it can take a couple of years of hard work before you get a promotion to advance your career. You wouldn't just give up trying to get a promotion because it's too competitive or oversaturated, even though there are other people working towards that job, would you? If you would give up, then business is not for you. But if you're the type of person who understands that it's realistic to have a learning curve and to spend time working towards a goal without seeing too much progress at first, then you'll be just fine. You really can't fail if you continue to improve and don't give up. Leave your questions